Hey guys, DBWhatIfs. Again, we have come so far with this what if. Part 6 already. Either way, things are really starting to pick up in Muscle Tower with Goku versus Android 2. Krillin is being contained by two Android 1s. One Android 1 is no problem for Krillin, but 2 is another story. Krillin and the Ox King have similar power levels just about, and we all know how that turned out for the Ox King. Either way, let's get this what if started. Goku fired a Kamehameha at Android 2. Android 2 guarded against the beam with his forearms and took slight damage. Android 2 had a spark of electricity spark up from his head before charging at Goku once more with his rocket feet. Goku punched Android 2's stomach. Android 2 hovered in front of Goku only for the stomach to turn back into the gelatinous state. Goku yelled out, "Hey, you said no more gooey stuff?" Android 2 then solidified their stomach, causing Goku's hand to get stuck. Goku pulled his hand, but it wouldn't budge. "Hey!" Goku yelled out. Android 2 then stated, "Blasting off." Android 2 then blasted off with Goku's fist stuck in his stomach out the hole that he caused earlier. General White exclaimed, "Again with the holes? Wait, where is he taking him?" Krillin yelled out, "Goku!" Meanwhile, over the snowy treetops, Android 2 was flying at breakneck speeds with Goku in tow. Goku yelled out, "Wah! Where are you taking me?" Android 2 didn't say anything. Goku then tried punching Android 2. Android 2 took the blows and endured, maintaining his altitude and flight trajectory. Goku yelled out once more, "Kamehameha," with one hand, and managed to damage Android 2's stomach, just enough for Goku to slip his hand out and fall. Goku yelled out, "Flying Nimbus!" but nothing came. Goku remembered Colonel Silver blew up his cloud. Goku yelled out as he braced for impact and luckily fell in the snow. General White then said, "Oh well. Androids. Bring the boy to me." Krillin then did a spinning kick against one of them, causing the head to go flying, but the other one restrained Krillin extremely tightly. Krillin yelled out, "Hey, watch it!" Krillin was brought up by an Android 1 and placed in front of General White. General White laughed and said, "Huh, so you're that brat's friend, huh?" Ninja Murasaki came up and said, "Who is he? What does he want?" Krillin rolled his eyes and said, "Pipe down, will ya? Goku is a good guy, and if you guys are trying to stop him, that must make you guys bad guys." General White scoffs and says, "We're just trying to have the world bow to us, and in doing so, we will achieve true peace." Krillin rolled his eyes once more. A soldier then entered the room and said, "Sir, that kid from before is back." General White said, "The spiky-haired one? Ha 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 ha. No way. He sure is resilient." That does beg the question, though. Whatever happened to that Android 2 creature? The soldier shrugged, and General White said, "Bah, whatever. Not my pig, not my farm." Goku then raced up the tower's stairs and up into the room where he had just been fighting Android 2. Goku starts taking off his coat and gear. General White then said, "Ninja Murasaki, I believe you're up, and oh, let him know about his little friend here." Ha ha ha. Ninja Murasaki said, "Sure, haha." Ninja Murasaki disappeared from the room in a puff of smoke. Goku looked around the room and noticed a beheaded Android 1. Goku's heart sank as he realized that there may have been a small scuffle after all, and Krillin may be hurt. Goku shouted out, "Krillin, are you there?" Silence. Goku then headed up the stairs to the next floor. What awaited him was a luscious grassy area with lakes and a small river. Goku looked around confused and said, "What is this place?" Meanwhile, back at the Red Ribbon Army base, Dr. Gero had been watching a transmission from Android 1. Dr. Gero sighed, then said, "So, Android 2 should be here any second now with the giant thorn." An assistant spoke up and said, "Is that so?" Dr. Gero then went over to a computer and began typing in some numbers. Another soldier came in and said, "Dr. Gero, here is your package?" Dr. Gero dismissively pointed over to an operating table while still entering numbers into the computer. The soldier who was in the lab prior asked, "Doctor, what is that?" Dr. Gero states flatly, "A human brain." The soldier appeared startled before letting out a dry chuckle and said, So, what is it really? Dr. Gero then said, it's a human brain. An actual brain, you dolt. The soldier feels the air get cold and tense. The soldier who delivered it scampered off. The soldier then said, so, sir, forgive me, but why? Dr. Gero clicked his tongue, then said, for my newest creation, Android 3. The soldier blinked in confusion and said, that robot you've been tinkering with? I assumed that was just going to be another construction robot, not an android. Why the brain? Don't tell me that you're going to put that inside of there. Dr. Gero glared at the soldier and said, don't you have somewhere to be? The soldier nervously bowed and then, sorry, sir. I'll be here if you need any assistance. Back at Muscle Tower, the fight between Ninja Murasaki and Goku goes the same as in the original, except that Goku was less in the mood for the ninjas' games and shenanigans. There is no Android 8 in the tower, of course, because Dr. Gero was able to focus more time into Android 1 and 2. So he's a little behind. After defeating Ninja Murasaki quickly, Goku is now in the maze in Muscle Tower. Goku goes around and around and around, but can't manage to get out. In reality, General White is pushing a button that swings a wall around to make it seem that there is no way out. Goku goes around and around, but still finds nothing. Goku takes a seat, irritated. Suddenly, red ribbon. Army soldiers flooded the room. Goku, still a little exhausted from just fighting Android 2, running back to Muscle Tower, fighting Ninja Murasaki, and then now running around a maze, was a little tired, but still managed to take down all of the soldiers. General White began to sweat, noticing Goku is a lot more resilient than he originally anticipated. Krillin yelled out, "Hey, you're scared of a little kid? That's pathetic." General White turns to face Krillin and says the one who is being held by a robot. Android 1 stayed silent while still maintaining his grip on Krillin. General White turned around and saw that Goku had made it through the maze due to him being distracted. General White exclaimed, "What? You insolent little pest!" Goku then made his way up the stairs and yelled out, "Krillin!" Goku used his power pole and smacked Android 1, causing him to fall over, but Android 1 picked himself up quickly and began firing bullets at Goku. Krillin, now free, elbowed Android 1 in the head as Goku slid under Android 1 and punched a hole in his stomach. Android 1 exploded, sending General White, Goku, and Krillin back a little bit. Krillin looks over at Goku, then smiles. Goku smiles back and says, "That's called teamwork." General White exasperatedly says, "Let's see how teamwork helps you. Here. Ha. Ha ha." General White then pulls a lever, causing the floor to open up below Krillin and Goku, causing them to fall into a dark pit. They both scream as they descend below. Once down there, they notice their surroundings are a dark and dreary dungeon with animal bones all around them. Krillin shivers in fear and says, "Where are we, Goku?" Goku looks around and then looks up and sees the exit slowly being sealed up. General White's voice can be heard from a speaker. "You two have fun playing with Boo Yawn. He'll be your final playmate in the living world, ha 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 ha." Goku and Krillin exchange a glance before the wall opens up to reveal a gigantic pink figure, chewing on some animal bones. Krillin's jaw drops as he slowly backs up, accidentally stepping on an animal bone, slipping, and then falling, causing a loud thud noise to echo throughout the dungeon, getting Boo Yawn's attention. Boo Yawn turned around and started walking towards them. Goku yelled out, "Are you friendly?" Boo Yawn then shot lightning out towards Goku and Krillin, causing them to separate. Goku quietly said, "Again with the lightning? You Red Ribbon guys really like lightning." Boo Yawn shot the lightning out again at Goku, but Goku dodged it. Goku then yelled out, "Take this!" as he charges at Boo Yawn with a punch. The punch connects, but almost immediately, Goku is launched backwards. Boo Yawn is too fat to be punched. Goku catches himself, then yells out, "Okay, how about a kick?" Goku then charges at Boo Yawn with a kick, but the same result occurs with Goku being bounced backwards. Goku falls this time on his face before quickly picking himself up. Goku patted the dirt off of him as Krillin yells out, "Goku, let's tag team him!" Goku nods as Krillin and Goku meet back up, avoiding the lightning strikes, and they both charge at Booyan together. They both throw a punch but are also immediately bounced backwards. Krillin yells out, "Wah!" Goku and Krillin both hit the wall. Krillin picks himself up along with Goku, and then Krillin asks, "What are we going to do, Goku?" Goku grits his teeth and says, "I'm starting to get hungry and I am so tired. But this can only be used one more time." Goku pulls his hands back and yells out, "Kamehameha!" A blue beam emits from Goku's hands as it makes contact with Booyan. But the light dissipates, revealing that it was a blunder and had no effect on Booyan. Booyan shoots electricity out once more. Goku then had an idea. Goku ran over to the wall and punched it, causing a hole letting fierce cold winds in. Goku begins to freeze as he runs over to Krillin and hides behind him, shielding him from the cold. Booyan begins to freeze over as Goku runs out from behind Krillin and kicks Booyan in the stomach, causing cracks to form as Goku runs back behind Krillin. Booyan then falls apart and is now beaten. Goku and Krillin quickly jump through the ceiling where General White is. General White points a weapon at the two boys and fires at them. The boys, seemingly unfazed, take a step closer to General White. General White yells out, "Come on! Really? Even bullets don't affect you?" Goku yells out, "I felt it, but I have more pressing matters now. Give me back the village chief." General White said, "Not even if you got on your knees and begged." General White then said, "You must be tired after fighting Booyan. How about you and I finish this? One-on-one?" Krillin yells out, "Goku! We don't know how strong this guy is. You can't be serious." Goku faces General White, then says, "I know what I'm doing. Don't worry about me, huh." And that is where we will be leaving things. With the absence of Android 8 and Major Metalotron, I can't help but feel as if the androids have taken a back seat for this part of the What If, but I'm not worried, because I know that there are some big things coming. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to hear what you guys think will happen, or how you feel about the way things are happening. Take it easy. See you later.